This is Facebook Live, and I'm Liz from Pinhole Quilting. My husband Pete is just behind the camera, well, just to the right of it actually. Anyway, welcome, and I hope you're having a lovely day. It's Saturday, it's 11 a.m, 3 minutes past. I suddenly realised I hadn't brushed my hair. So anyway, it's very, very lovely to have you on board here on our Facebook Live, and I hope if you're watching it on catch up on YouTube or Facebook, that you're having a great time and perhaps doing some quilting, maybe this weekend or maybe during the week. Whenever you're doing it, I hope you have a great time. And if you've got a long arm and you've got a handy quilter, then fantastic. I know that this kind of session I hope that this session will be very useful to you. We've got a new product in, just came in this week from Cindy Needham, and we're going to take you through some of that. I'm going to talk about different feet, some of the settings that we use on our long arm handy quilter machines, a little bit about ruler base and the Surefoot when we're doing ruler work. And also we're going to just show you a few of the straight edge rulers that we can use for some of the things that we've got here. So Cindy Needham is a fabulous quilter. She's got a YouTube channel. There's things on her Pinterest as well. And she's a fantastic teacher. And I know some of you who were at Festival Quilts in the past when Cindy came over took some of the classes with her. But she is definitely somebody to look out for if you see any classes with her coming up either in the States or if she does come back over here to the UK. I would highly recommend it. She has a huge amount of knowledge. So Cindy has a number of stencils, and I know that some of our existing customers will have seen them and we've used them in our classes from time to time. We mention them when we're doing our foundation workshop. So Pete, do you want to just say hello to anybody? Have we got some people
Hello,
online?
yes, of course we have some people. I think
Cool.
First on this morning was Lindsay Cash.
Oh, Lindsay, hi, in Switzerland.
And we've also got Carol in Stockport.
Hello, Carol.
Claire up in the northwest as well. And Lindy, who was here in the showroom this week, buying some threads.
Oh yeah, Lindy, hi, hope you had a good trip back. It was good to see you. And hello to everybody else who might be here. Now, I'm in front of the Simply 16 this time. Now, the reason that I've picked this machine, we've got a huge amount of long arms in our showroom, as most of you who've been here will know. But from time to time, I've been demoing on different machines. And of course, I just wanted to highlight the reason why I've picked this machine, the Simply 16, today. So the 16-inch throat space that we've got on the Simply 16, and it's put onto a frame system, which is called the Littlefoot system. So we've got that as basically almost like a big hoop. The Littlefoot on its own would mean that you could quilt up to a king-size quilt on this machine. It's a free motion machine, so it means that we're moving the machine, and it's got a carriage underneath that enables us to easily move smoothly, and it means that it's stitch regulated as well, because there are encoders on the wheels. The encoders basically take a physical movement, forward and back, side to side, and translate that to the machine so that it gives it a digital signal, and that tells the machine to speed up or slow down so your stitches stay the same length. So that's how a machine like this works. And the Littlefoot frame is a very, very popular frame because, particularly in the UK, we don't always have a lot of space. And it means that in a small footprint like this, say about 7 foot by 7 foot, we can actually get a long arm quilting machine into your sewing room. So that makes it a very, very attractive proposition. Now, we've had a number of people upgrade from this machine to the bigger machine, the Amara, as people have recognized how much they're loving their long arm quilting machines. They've kind of gone, right, I'm going to go up to another level. And so we've got a number of these on our prelovelongarms.co.uk website. It's a really, really nice opportunity if you are in the market for a long arm, but you don't want to incur the cost of a brand new machine. Our prelovelongarms.co.uk website will show you the machines that we've got. Most of them have been trade-ins. Sometimes people sell them on our website independently. And if you've got a long arm and you're looking to trade up or trade it in, then you can contact us. So the Littlefoot frame can also be teamed up with what we've got on here, which is called the Little Buddy system. And that means that, like on this back rail here, I've actually got the take-up of the quilt. Ordinarily, I just have it concertinaed under some of these easy clamp grips. So that would be on this rail here. So this is the additional rail on the top, and there's also an additional rail underneath which takes the backing fabric. So it almost acts as like a 4-rail system that we would have on our bigger frames, the studio frame and the gallery frame, and the loft frame, which comes on the Moxie or Simply 16 as well. So that 4-rail system basically means that I can progress down the quilt just as I would ordinarily with a bigger system, but I'm limited by the size. This is as big as I can do. It's about, is it about 54 inches, Pete? On the width of a little buddy combo.
No, it's less than that. It's 44 inches really is the most
44.
you can do.
So pretty much what I've got on here. Yeah, I mean, I think I could, yeah, by the time you've got backing fabric on.
Yeah, it might be just worth explaining why it's only 44 inches when actually the frame is much wider than that.
Yeah, so when I move the machine to the side, if I just move it over here, and note that that table at the back is not really a table, things will get knocked off. So the needle is here. Now, if this was my quilt top, I would need backing and wadding bigger than that. I could only quilt pretty much, now if I've taken into account extra for my backing and wadding, I can really only quilt to that edge. So that is a 45-inch wide piece of fabric. So we're talking finished 45 inches. It's the same on the other side, of course, because I've got this loaded centrally. So it's this.
The carriage.
The carriage itself. And you can see, this is the carriage. I've got wheels on the carriage that go backwards and forwards. And in fact, that one needs a bit of a clean. I've got a bit of fluff on that one. So these things, we recommend that you clean them on a regular basis. While I'm looking at that, Pete, can I just mention about the cleaning and maintenance on these machines?
Why not?
Why not? Why don't I do that? Now, I did have some cleaning materials here. What we need and what you get with a machine is a brush and some oil, some machine oil. The machine oil goes into the bobbin case assembly. So I just changed the bobbin, put a new bobbin in and checked it for tension. So when I do that, every single bobbin change, I'm going to take this big M-size bobbin out. I'm going to clean in here with my brush. Note there's not much coming out because I just did it. And you can, every now and then, it's worth taking the stitch plate off. We've got a video on maintenance on Handy Quilter long arm machines on our YouTube channel. And then we go underneath here and we pop a bit of oil. It's got black and silver in the bobbin case assembly. So I can easily see the little shelf, effectively almost like a little shelf at the bottom, is where I put a drop of oil. Every bobbin change, absolutely every bobbin change. And then I would tension my bobbin case assembly. So this is the drop test. This is how I tensioned it.
Yeah, just to note, I service quite a lot of machines, and probably the most common recommendation I make to people after servicing the machine is you're not really oiling your bobbin hook sufficiently. So just make sure you do it at every bobbin change.
Yeah,
just one drop.
Yeah, one drop. You definitely notice it. We hear it, don't we? I mean, when you've had a machine service, so Pete's been servicing some machines this week, haven't you?
Yep.
And you've got one to do on Monday. And in fact, we're going to be visiting up in Scotland soon, aren't we? So
yes,
that's worth saying. We're going to be doing a trip to Scotland in July.
Yeah, now Scotland's a big place. The installation we're doing is in Fife.
We'll be doing Inverness, Perth,
no, we won't be doing
Glasgow.
We'll be doing an installation in Fife for Jane's new Amara. Jane's actually online this morning, I've seen. So she's looking forward to her new Amara.
Yeah, that's very exciting.
And so if you are in that sort of area in Scotland, or you're possibly en route for us on the way up or on the way back, get in touch if you'd like your machine service, because it's more economical to do that if we can do it en route than it is for you either to travel here or send your machine here, or for us to come as a special visit. Yeah.
And Maureen, you are definitely on my list of people, and we've been emailing about that, haven't we? So yeah, but anybody else, let us know. Okay. Yeah, we missed going up to Scotland. We loved those quilt shows up at Scotland, didn't we?
Yes, the last show we did there was in 2018, and it hasn't run since.
No, it's such a shame. I'm just going to do that down the side. So I've got a straight edge, so my sides are nicely basted together. I don't want them to ruck up. I would ordinarily have a little clamp on here. For some reason it's gone missing. Okay, so I've got a piece of fabric on here, fairly small piece of fabric actually. We just use it for demos when we've got customers coming in. I'm going to be resetting this actually for Linda's classes next week on Tuesday. And we'll be setting up next week, getting all of the showroom ready for that. We're looking forward to that.
Still one place available.
One place. Unfortunately, somebody couldn't come who got it booked, and so we've refunded her. And I just hope there's no more train strikes, Pete. Actually, that would be a bit of a disaster, wouldn't it?
Yes, that would be a shame.
Yeah. So this is back to the Simply 16. It's got a 16-inch throat space. Big difference between this and a Moxie is that I've got a touch screen. So I do everything through the interface on the screen itself. So at the moment it's got M&R. Green is when it's active. So I've got M&R, means R for regulated. This is the number of stitches per inch in the little window. So I can change this. I could have based it down the side with my 4, but I decided to keep it up to 11. Okay, and this means it's in precision mode, or this means it's in continuous or cruise. Continuous or cruise means that when I stop, it's going to sew slowly. I'm going to use that setting for the ruler work. All right. And I can use precision for the other one if I want. So I'm going to just finish off doing my, there we go. Yes, 50 is the lowest. I'm going to do my ribbon candy one first. So let me show you the stencils. I thought I'd just lay them on top of you, Pete.
Which finally arrived this week, having taken 2 months to arrive from California.
Yeah, and if anybody wonders why why sometimes things take a while to get in, I can tell you it's because the shipping is very, very bad at the moment. Maybe you've experienced that yourselves. I don't know. So here we've got a lovely 6-pointed star. This is a master template. And I'm just going to zip through these actually, Pete, because it's a good opportunity, isn't it? This is one I actually, I've got that. Maybe you could get that for me later. I've got it, it's up on that fabric I just took off the frame. I just practiced that one. And you can tell it's a practice. There's a few things I'd do differently. That's why it's always worth stitching out these things before you do them on your quilt. Practice. Practice. This one, fancy 8-point star. Now you could do some lovely feathers in here. You could do some very nice feathers in these end parts here. And then this one, which is a 5-point star with swirls. Again, you could actually go up these. You could ignore this bit and you could actually fill this with feathers and go around that curl. That would be nice. 6-point star with swirls. Again, the opportunity for feathers presents itself in these sections here. This one's a nice oval, Mariner's Compass oval. And you can see these on our website. There's a link of the newsletter. If you got your newsletter this morning, which hopefully reminded you that we've got a session today, there's one of the base ones, Mariner's Compass. Beautiful. Love Mariner's Compass. Was it Judy Matheson? I think it was Judy Matheson, wasn't it? Circles, that's a really good one for placement because you've got this in the center, so you can align your block. Now, one of the things I was going to mention to you was I've used Pounce for these, but you can use the nice fine chalk markers like this one. Like so. There we go. Or if you were doing it on light fabric, you could use the blue wash away. Don't know where that's going.
It's on the floor here, Liz. It's fallen off.
Oh yeah, it's not a table. So, you know those blue wash away, water erasable fine tips. If this was a cream fabric, you could use that through the stencil instead. Here we go. Here's a Mariner's Compass round. I love this around the outside because, you know, depending on the density of the fabric, the wadding that you're using, this would really pop. You know, the difference between this line and this line is fairly small. So anything when you do that, and if you had a 2-layer of wadding, you would find this section would really nicely pop.
And are these 12-inch on these, Liz? Do you know?
Well, yeah, I think so. Let me just check because I've got a 12-inch ruler here. That one is slightly bigger, isn't it? Slightly bigger than 12-inch. Why would that be slightly bigger? No, to the inside is 12-inch, yes. To the inside of the lines, inside of the points, it is.
Okay.
Let me just check.
That would make sense, wouldn't it?
Well, it would. It would. That one's bigger. It's 12 inches across. Let me have a look. Let's see this one. Yeah, that's to the inside of the point. It's a 12. Exactly. Okay, so that's those.
So
nice
how many
petal one.
How many stencils are in this Oh My Stars set, Liz?
Good question, Pete. Thank you for asking me that. You get 3 Mariners Compass templates. Here we go. Let me show you. This is Oh My Stars. This is it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 in total. And you get the instructions. So it comes as a PDF download. You just email Cindy and tell her that you've purchased it. And she will send you by return, very, very quickly, a PDF download. Let me just run through a few more of these. That one, we just did. That one's a nice smaller one. Pinwheel. Pinwheel, love that. 8-pointed star. Again, that's nice. And I'm getting these mixed up, haven't I? Oh, I tell you what. That one, I love these small ones. Look, wouldn't that look great on like a Christmas quilt? Fantastic. And these ones too. There we go. So it's on our website. It's, how much is it, Pete?
It's £130.
£130. There we go. So I'm going to do a demo. First of all, I'm going to show you doing the free motion quilting on the one that I did on the right, which is the stipple.
Question from Claire,
Yeah.
which I thought might crop up. Are we going to do printed books ourselves for people to purchase? We hadn't discussed that, Claire.
Notice I haven't said anything yet.
No, you haven't.
We only got them on Thursday.
Sorry?
I only opened the packet on Thursday, so I haven't thought about that. Yeah, we probably will, won't we? Probably.
Well, we've got them for the other designs, haven't we?
We have, yeah. We ordered quite a lot at a time, didn't we? So, yeah, watch this space. Watch this space. Okay, so so this is the first one I've done.
So I think that was a yes, Claire.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, it's just because there was so much hesitation, I thought we'd just confirm.
Right, so I've pounced this one on, okay, and I'm just going to show you. This is the Pounce. Where's my lid? There it is. Here we go. This is Quilt Pounce. Whoops. Okay, Quilt Pounce has a little reservoir at the top. You get a packet of the chalk, and when you get it, you fill it in here, and then you whack it like this. Not too much. And I'll just demo using one of these small ones.
And we have the Pounce for sale as well at £14, which I think is the cheapest you can find it anywhere in the UK.
Fantastic. Okay, so say I wanted to do a small one. There is a smooth side and a rough side. We actually use the slightly rougher side. So I'm going to put this one just here.
So by having the rough side upwards, it catches the chalk from the Pounce pad more easily.
Yeah.
And drags it through so that you can see the design.
There you go. So nice and clear. If you get it wrong, you can erase it. Like so. Don't want to erase the other one I've done. There we go.
Or you can use a microfiber cloth.
Yeah, microfiber, or you can use this kind of brush.
This sort of clothes brush works really well.
Yeah, I like the way it does that. Isn't that good? No electricity needed. Right, so I'm just going to stitch this one out, make sure I don't hit the iron over, because there is actually a patch of carpet at Sewing Street that has my iron imprinted on it. I'm not the only one to have done that, I noticed. So I've got the ruler base on. I'm just going to take that off temporarily so I can show you how we put that on afterwards.
And you've got the micro foot.
Yes.
On the machine here.
Yeah, you were asking me about other things and I completely forgot to tell you. This is the micro foot, and it's it almost looks like someone's broken it. but they haven't. It just means that we've got really good clarity on the needle as we're doing things like free motion quilting or smaller quilting designs. Great for things like when you're doing a little pebbling and things like that as well. Hi Chris, I see that you're on board. Good to see you here. Hope you have a good trip up when you come on your demo trip. Chris is going to come up and check out the boot and where we are, Pete.
Okay.
Ahead of the class.
Yeah, Lindy says she loves the microfoot. In fact, the microfoot has been the most popular foot we've ever had.
Yes. I just realised, because I was thinking about Chris coming up. What you need to do, this is what I was going to say, and now I've remembered. Work out your path. Don't just start. Work it out. I like to just kind of use a pointer and just kind of make myself think about what would be the most efficient way to go through the design. So actually, I've decided I'm going to start at this point here and go in. Now, Cindy does say in her instruction booklet for this that she thinks it would be great to have done a double stitch. I could try that on one of these. And we could, I could do every other one as a double stitch, for example. Maybe that would be fun because it would sort of show some of the stars more than the others. Anyway, so I'm going to start over here. Let me just trim that bobbin thread, which is a little long. So I'm going to start over here. So I've worked out and just made sure that I know where my thread path is going. Okay, I'm going to put it on cruise, and I'm going to show you the differences actually. I'm going to put it on precision first, then I'll show you cruise. How about that? So I'm just going to show you. That's now on, but nothing's happening. It's gone to green. I've pressed the start, but until I move it, okay.
That was quick.
Yep. The other thing is make sure that you can do the whole design within the throat space. So I know that I knew that I could go as far down as this because I'd done my stitch line to here. So when I positioned it, I made sure I could do the top as well. Let's find out if I got that right or not, because I'm going to do this one next. Okay, but this time I'm going to change the settings. I'm going to go into precision, and I'll show you what 50 stitches per minute.
Into cruise. You're going to go into cruise.
I'm going to go into cruise, Pete. I'm going to go into cruise from precision, absolutely. And let's just see. So when I pause, like this, it just does a few more stitches. There we go.
Liz makes it look so easy. It is quite easy.
It is easy.
And to point out as well, it's a bit like doing pantographs. Liz isn't necessarily hitting all those lines exactly.
Oh, I am, Pete.
No, I saw that you weren't, and it's even on video.
Isn't it rotten?
So you can't deny it. Oh. But it doesn't really matter because once you've erased the original guidelines, nobody will know.
No, exactly. It doesn't matter. Nobody's, even like, you know, who would be your best friend that would say, oh, you missed that one? Only your husband can tell you those things, right? Okay, thank you, Pete. You shouldn't have said
I'm just trying to point out that none of us is perfect. But that it doesn't really matter.
Really?
Yes, yes. As your husband, I have to love your imperfections.
Can we just not list them every day then? Right, I'm going to increase the number of stitches per minute to 150. Okay. Got that wrong. I would do the circle at the end, actually. I think I would do it as a whole circle at the end. Now, one more.
Would there be a way to stitch it out with no thread breaks? I don't think so on this design die.
No, I think what Cindy was saying, no, I don't think there is, because even if you double stitched it, that would still be a problem, right?
I don't think it would work very well with double stitching on this design, but so you've only got the 6 stop starts to do, so it's not too much of an issue.
No, it's not. It doesn't take long.
I do think that's a really effective design.
It's great, isn't it? That's good, because that's my sample. Stitched. Perfect. Okay. Right, let's do the rulers. So now, if you've got to sit down, you just need to put on the Surefoot. Okay, so here's my Surefoot. Surefoot. And I need my Allen key just to take this off. So I'm going to remove the microfoot and we're going to do the ruler one next. You don't have to do all the lines on this one, on the next one. Oh, Pete's going to get a sample of the other one I did earlier, the blue Peter one. So the Surefoot, oh, I'm putting this on and not showing you. The Surefoot is a deeper foot. So this one, you see? Yep, is much deeper profile. So it means that we've got a nice purchase against the edge of a ruler. So when it runs along the edge of a ruler, you don't worry so much. You still have to be careful. You don't worry so much about having a problem slipping like we used to. We didn't used to have this foot. And it used to be heart in mouth moments when we would be teaching ruler work. There's occasionally people would hit the needle with the ruler. You really don't want to do that, which is why we also recommend that you use the 1/4 inch deep long arm rulers. Now, taking that one off, I'll put that one back in my box.
I'll just say a quick hello to Kelly, who's just joined us. Kelly, if everybody started killing their drives at 11 o'clock on a Saturday, we'd have nobody watching. I'm sure it's a very useful job you've been doing. And it's luckily we're available on catch-up, so you needn't miss anything.
No, absolutely. Kelly, up in Scotland?
No, Kelly Stallard in Oxford.
Ah, okay. Right, now, this is the one I'm going to do next, and this is why... Oh, I need to put on my ruler base, so can we do it here? Do you want to show you that one? This was my practice one, and I just wanted to show you that I didn't... Yeah, I'm far from perfect, but this is feathers.
Didn't say a thing.
No, I need to do more quilting, clearly. Right, so this is your ruler base. Okay, it's a clear perspex. It normally comes with like a paper cover which you take off. For this machine, you put it on like so. So it goes over the top of these things and then pushes all the way back. Just make sure you move your threads to the side, otherwise you do what I always seem to do.
Are we bringing the stencils to Festival of Quilts? Jane, I'm sure we will, if we still have them in stock. Because if we ordered some more now, if it takes 2 months again, we'll have missed it. Yeah,
that's true.
But yes, this year at Festival of Quilts, hopefully everything is more back to normal, and as well as our very large stand with machines on, we will have a big shop area too, and we'll bring as many of our products as we can.
We will.
We'll talk more about that nearer the time.
Yeah, and how you can place your orders in advance for pickup at the show. That will make sure that if you did want a particular item, that you could get it if we've got it in stock when you place your order. Now, I just wanted to show you, I can't hit that back one. I've obviously positioned it slightly differently from this one, and I have got a bit of a fall on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to loosen off my backing fabric and just ease that loosen off the take-up rail slightly, very, very slightly, and put that back on.
So Joyce points out that the Pounce comes in blue as well.
Yes.
Which indeed it does, Joyce. But Liz, do you want to say something about that?
Yeah, I'll say something about that. Yeah, the blue Pounce is not ironable off. So what I demonstrated earlier, where I very easily just removed it with the iron, you cannot do with the blue Pounce or the barely blue. However, if you got one there. Yeah, so the ultimate says swipe it on, iron it off. But the barely blue and the other one, which is the blue, you have to wash out or brush off to remove. Do not iron off.
You will fix it in place.
You will. And it would be sad. And we would be sad. So wash off, wash out or brush off is what you need to do. Now, this is one of the rulers, and I've lost the others. Pete, what did I do with them?
Graham, yes, I've seen your email. I'll be in touch with you in the next couple of days.
Yes, thank you, Graham. Right, I've got 3 different straight edge rulers. You don't have to choose a particular one, but obviously the longer it is, the easier it is for certain things. Like this has got a very long line that I could do right across to stabilize the star in the first place, right down through here, and then back up. And in that case, I might want to use the 3x12. But I've got an alternative. I could use the ditch ruler, I could use the mini scallop, or I could use a number of you will have the Versatool, which has got this straight edge here, and then you just have to move it as you move. If you use one of the longer ones, just be aware that it's possible to push down on this front edge, which is the table, the ruler base ends here. And if you're not careful, it pivots up and then it makes this clattery noise as you're stitching, if you're not careful. So just got to be aware of that. Now, the other thing I was going to say, like with the this ribbon candy one, is, where do you start? I mean, I would like to start in the center, go down and back, up and back to the sides, and then I would stitch the outside. And the reason being that just my personal experience is that if you stabilize the lengthways and crosswise grain first and then do the outside, that will probably be better. But hey, I'm welcome. It's very, very happy to have you give your own opinions if you've done a lot more ruler work than I have.
So Joyce, who raised the question of the blue pounce in the first place, agrees that it is indeed dangerous. And she's also heard that if you wash it off, it could soak into the batting and then it might be visible with white fabric. So brushing it off is best.
Yes, which is why...
That makes a lot of sense, Joyce.
Yeah. Why on the whole, I prefer the washout blue markers to the pounce for some of these things. And the other thing you can do, instead of marking the top, you can quilt from the back. If your backing fabric is easier to mark onto. And also it's less visible if it doesn't come out so well. So I'm just going to hold my ruler like so. I'm going to have it set to 12 stitches per inch and a cruise setting, or continuous, this setting here with little arrows, of 50. So it's just coming out the work. If you look at that, it's just coming out the work. And then I'm going to go down. And then back. Right, back to the center, and then I'm going to go up to the top. Off the line. I did adjust it on the way up, right, and then I'm going to go across to the side. And I'm going to come out to the edge, and then I'm going to go all the way around the outside now. Okay. Each time I press the stop button, and just make sure that as I approach the end, I'm going to hit that point. Down to here. There's nowhere to hide with pink on black, is there? so on. There we go, and then back down here. Back in. And then I can do these ones. As you approach a point where there's an intersection, just make sure that it's on track to hit it. That's what I would recommend. Like I've missed that slightly. There we go. Now I could come out here now to this point and then do, instead of going all the way to the end, I could just come to here and then go all the way round.
Yes, I think from this point you could make it continuous, really, probably from here.
Yeah, exactly. And so on. And then one of the things that Cindy talks about, in fact, I could, if you want to do additional lines on the side here, and I'm going to demonstrate by going up this one. And then I'll show you, because this is just a demo piece here. Let me just cut those off. Cut my threads off, like this. You can kind of create a bit more of a dimensional effect. On one side, having, and you might want to flip the ruler at this point. Okay, I meant to get the other side. Hang on, let me just finish this off. And just go back down here. This is not...
Why did you flip the ruler?
Oh, because it's easier to move it.
Yeah.
Against the edge. Here we go. And you can do this kind of filler thing.
Liz is getting creative here now.
There are rulers that can help you do this, or you can just eyeball it.
Yeah, so we've got grip tape on the back of this ruler, so
it doesn't make it easy to move it. So
by turning it over, Liz can slide the ruler just a fraction so that she can carry on doing these parallel lines more easily. Just like the final one.
Yeah,
There we go.
create something like that.
So yes, Marianne, we recommend using cruise mode with rulers. It actually makes it easier to get the machine started when you're using rulers as well. So continuous or cruise mode with rulers at a relatively low speed is very helpful.
Okay, so I would just keep doing that and remove these things. So, oh my stars, Cindy Needham. Some of the stencils here stitched out. And I wanted to also mention that our lovely Pershore Freedom Quilters local group, run by Sharon and Pauline, they finished this quilt, and it's quilted by Janet Batho. It's a beautiful quilt. My mum, bless her, my mum actually made the blocks, the little cat blocks, and it sat. I don't even remember this fabric, so goodness knows how long ago. She made these cute little birds and cat blocks. I don't know whose fabric that is, but I thought it was really lovely. Anyway, they added on the lilac border, and Janet quilted it. Isn't that beautiful? So I went through my mum's fabric stash and donated some to the quilt group, and that's going to be given to one of the charities. So lovely. And I have a nice pic, I'll share it on Facebook, of my mum and dad with the quilt, which I took yesterday when I went to see them. Okay, what else, Pete?
So Sheena, I've just lost the comment here. Sheena said that she's, with a quilt, she's just used both the blue Pounce and powder.
Yeah, cool.
And to get it out, she, I think, hung it over the washing line and hosed it down.
Wow.
Gently.
Not the power jet wash, Karcher car wash. Sheena.
Yeah, here's the comment. That meant all the water ran out, taking the pen dye and the powder with it. Not sure what the neighbours were thinking.
That's really funny. You should have got a video of that. I love it. Fantastic. Thanks for sharing that, Sheena. On the people who make Pounce handy full-line stencils, they do actually talk about two methods. If you have a problem with the blue coming out, you can, I got some in of that powder. There's a powder you can get which helps you get it out. Or I think it's white vinegar.
So if you have a Pounce, it's worth following Hance's posts, full-line stencils.
They do like a newsletter.
Blog posts.
Yeah.
Where there's lots of useful tips and tricks, including things like that.
Do you want to just pass me on the full-line stencils? Yeah, so with full-line stencils, unlike the Cindy ones, they are like a mesh, a nylon mesh, and the full-line stencils look like this. We've got a lot on our website. And where the white is where there's no printing, and that's where the Pounce will go through. Quite different, there's another example, quite different to having the solid plastic stencils, like that. Yeah. So, there's something else I wanted to mention. Oh, there's the PDF. Yeah, this is the PDF, Oh My Stars PDF that you get. So it shows you how you can, some ideas for whether you can see that. I was not looking quite the right place. But it shows you how you can stitch out various things and the paths that you can take. I mean, all Cindy's stuff is very good insofar as, you know, it gives you a lot more information. It's like having a book with your product. There we go. I hope that if you're coming on the workshop with Linda, that you're as excited as we are to see you and to know that you're going to be doing some amazing stuff with your feathers and your whole cloth. And if anybody would like to join us, what's the date? Oh, we're closing off on the 29th.
4 days.
4 days' time. So this is a great opportunity. I don't know when we're going to have Linda back. So don't worry, Linda, we will get you back. But we don't know. We don't have a date. So whatever you do, if you're thinking about it, then book it now. Book it now. All right. Peter.
Quick mention of Glide Thread.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
We're back in stock on Glide Threads. We've just had another big delivery. Everything is in stock and online.
Yep.
And
that's what I'm using here.
We may be having to increase prices. So this is early warning. We may have to increase prices on Glide Thread in the not too distant future because of further supplier cost increases and
the change in the dollar.
Sad to say, the pound weakening against the dollar, which increases our costs.
Big difference, hasn't it? I mean, it's gone from like 130s to 120s, low 120s. So it's about 10, 12 cents difference. 10% difference.
But at this point in time, we haven't made any changes, so we're fully stocked. Take the opportunity while you can. Yeah,
we've absorbed the price increase that we've already had so far. But yeah, we just need to review that because with a 10% change in the dollar as well, it makes it a little bit more tricky. It does. So that is it. That's it. Facebook Live for today, Saturday, the 25th of June.
Yeah. So Di says, before the talk from Stuart. So yes, Linda's class is before the talk from Stuart.
Yeah.
And we haven't mentioned the talk from Stuart. There are still a few places available.
There are, mostly in the afternoon.
Monday the 11th.
Monday the 11th of July. Would be lovely if you could join us. The lovely Stuart Hillard will be here. And he will be doing like a talk and trunk show, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. And we really hope you can join us because it would be I mean, it's always entertaining. I cannot tell you, there's no time when I've met up with Stuart that we haven't had a laugh. So I can pretty much guarantee we'll have fun. And I know there's quite a few of our existing customers coming as well. But if you are new to long arming, you want to learn some more, this is a no pressure opportunity to come along and have a play. If you've got, say, a Moxie or a Simply 16 on a little foot frame, and you're thinking about Pro Stitcher Lite, come along, you can have a go. We've got it all set up, and it would be lovely to see you. So anybody who's thinking about coming, book online on our website, handyquilter.co.uk.
Yep. Final question in here from Rosemary. Good question, Rosemary, on the Clyde threads. During lockdown, it seems that Clyde had a problem getting their normal white labels that were stuck on the top of their spools, and they replaced them with grey ones on which it was very difficult to read the black writing.
As Di very kindly pointed out at the time. Thank you, Di.
Yes.
Yeah, and we did investigate.
Yes, so all the new ones are white labels again, you'll be pleased to hear. So yes, most of the stock now has white labels. We may have still a few of the grey ones left in stock, but predominantly it's all white, so it's nice and easy to read what the colour is.
Exactly, and it was as hard for us as it was for you. I can tell you, we were not happy because we couldn't see them very well at all. All right, whatever you're up to, hope you're having a lovely weekend, and we look forward to seeing you next week. I will be on my own. Pete and Mark are both in the same cricket team, and they're both on cricket tour. Can you believe it? They're leaving me. They're going to the West Country to have a highfalutin time down with some drinking cider in Somerset. Where are you? It's the village cricket.
Yes.
It's the village cricket.
Or is it North Devon?
Age no restriction. Sorry, Pete.
Just as well.
Yeah. He is you are the oldest in the team, aren't you?
Not quite.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. But
But almost.
And what would you describe as your role within the cricket team, Pete? You know, what do you do? Do you bat?
I'm a bowler, really.
Yeah, but you've got a new bat,
I've got a new bat, which got a few runs the other day, so maybe I'll become an all-rounder in my old age.
Yeah, so, So there we go. That's the cricket. Pete's annual sojourn down to the West Country.
It's only once a year.
Once a year, exactly. So they're going to have a good time, and I'm going to be back up here. So we'll see how I get on my own. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Please join me. Say hi. I won't be able to talk back to you very easily, but I might be able to see your comments. I'll see if I can set it up so I can actually reply to people. We'll have a little chat. I haven't worked out what I'm going to do yet. All right, that's it. That's everything from me. Hope you have, I'm going to say it one more time, a lovely weekend and happy quilting. All right, bye now.